A stationary smartphone sitting on a desk generates zero valuable movement data for a tech company. It's quiet, predictable, and commercially useless. But when a densely populated area is bombarded, people panic. They run. They make frantic calls to find their families. In an instant, that exact same device produces a massive, highly profitable wave of geolocation and communication data. Data brokers have openly discussed vacuuming up this exact type of panic-driven data from the war in Gaza. They extract the digital footprint of a fleeing population and use it as raw material to train their proprietary AI models. Once trained, these algorithms don't stay in the war zone. They get shopped around to foreign governments by powerful political networking groups, like the Tony Blair Institute, acting as high-level brokers. The ultimate buyer in one recent deal, the British National Health Service. Software trained directly on the chaotic movement and suffering of people in Gaza was sold for £1 billion to help manage hospital emergencies in the UK. The arms trade has evolved into a data extraction industry. It captures the digital exhaust of human suffering and refines it into global enterprise software. This data pipeline runs in both directions. Major U.S. tech platforms provide the literal infrastructure, the data centers, and the computing power that enables Israel's mass surveillance across Gaza and the West Bank. Take Unit 8200, Israel's intelligence division. They track vulnerabilities in apps like WhatsApp to monitor which family chats Palestinians belong to, turning communication into targeting coordinates. Because U.S. platforms hold a monopoly, avoiding them is impossible. Civilians unknowingly opt in to a massive monitoring net. The people engineering this architecture aren't neutral observers. Palantir's founder is a far-right billionaire who aggressively funds political figures supporting the war effort, playing a key role in backing Donald Trump's campaigns. That financial backing extends right to the current vice president, who came up directly as a protege within that exact same tech billionaire network. The executives controlling the world's primary digital infrastructure are active, ideological participants using their platforms and wealth to shape the execution of global conflicts. But far away from those sterile server farms, the reality on the ground looks entirely different. With the local economy completely decimated by airstrikes, the digital global market is the absolute only way left for Palestinian IT graduates and freelancers to earn an income and keep their families fed. Connecting to that market requires extreme physical risks. Young developers are forced to climb high onto unstable piles of rubble, holding their phones up against the sky just to catch a fleeting eSIM signal and respond to international clients. Even when they find a signal, the connection is incredibly fragile. Constant power outages and a severe lack of safe co-working spaces make it nearly impossible to provide the day-in, day-out consistency that international employers demand. It creates a brutal paradox. The exact same digital infrastructure being used to monitor and target you from the sky is also the only lifeline keeping you alive on the ground. In the West, protesting or deleting an app is an accessible political statement, but boycotting is a privilege. People inside Gaza simply cannot afford to disconnect from an internet controlled entirely by the state actively bombing them. The psychological toll is immense. Palestinian software developers find themselves forced to study and work using AI models built by the exact same companies partnered with the military destroying their neighborhoods. And the pressure never really stops. Even during a ceasefire, the violence continues through the constant, unseen buzz of surveillance drones, trapping the population in an open-air panopticon and leaving them with massive, unprocessed trauma. This system of digital imperialism extends far beyond Gaza. It relies on passively siphoning data from all of our phones to consolidate power within a few corporate monopolies that answer to no government. The way out involves a deliberate migration. By slowly moving our daily communications to open-source, non-US alternatives like Signal or Upscroll, we can begin starving these systems of their most valuable resource. Since big tech's influence is fueled by our attention, moving toward alternative digital infrastructure transforms personal privacy into a direct act of geopolitical resistance.